guys. Today I just wanted to talk about who you should be talking to on this journey. A lot of people are going to think you're crazy. And a lot of people would not condone liking somebody who doesn't seem to be reciprocating, who seems to be kind of ghosting you. So don't go to just any old psychic for a reading, you guys. It's very important because they're just going to discourage you. I've had so many of my friends or just other people who were getting ghosted, like, come to me and feel so relieved because they were told a bunch of nonsense about this person. So what happens is, it's like they're using their logic and they're using their bias. They've been burned really bad by men. So the minute they see you, they might read into the cards, or they might feel into their intuition, and they're like, oh, no, that's not the situation you want. That's gonna lead to heartbreak or whatever, based on their own stuff. That's when you know, like, a bad psychic versus like a good psychic, for one, is that they will use their own bias and their own life experiences to tell you whether you should or shouldn't do that. But having said that too, I mean, every psychic does integrate their own personal lives to some degree. But to jump to conclusions, that's a no-no. Or to be totally, like, biased is a no-no. And what happens is they'll see that, this person's ghosting you or whatnot, and then they'll be like, no, you don't sit around waiting for somebody. You don't go after somebody who's emotionally unavailable. And they're right to some extent, but when you have somebody who is like a true love coach or understands these types of relationships, like twin flames, soul flames, and you can watch more about that or learn more about that by looking up my video, The Different Types of True Love Relationships, if you don't know. But you definitely want to go to somebody who understands those different dynamics, because not everybody's going to be the same. When you meet a soulmate, yeah, it's really easy, comfortable, it just flows really easily, But if you meet a twin flame or a soul flame, there could be a lot of back and forth stuff that happens. So you gotta go to somebody who gets it, who understands how that goes, that understands what he's thinking, what he's going through on his part. His could also be a female. But it's like, and the reason I say that is because there's always, like, in those types of back and forth relationships, there's a runner and chaser dynamic that you have to keep in mind. So, but the runner has a reason for running, and it's all part of the design. They wouldn't make all these romantic comedies from the runner chaser dynamic if they weren't kind of fun to watch. You know what I mean? If they weren't pretty hysterical and people didn't have to get over things and have to get courageous to do what they do. You know what I mean? If it was all easy, that would just be like a soulmate movie, and it would be a little bit boring. It would be like they meet, they go out, and it's, just there. And it's, I mean, they're very comfortable. I don't mean to put those down, but you know what I'm saying. Anyway, go to psychics. If you guys suspect that you're in one of these, like, paranormal, crazy relationships where everything goes kind of wonky, and I almost always know when somebody sits down for a reading with me and they say, oh, are you ready? It's kind of complicated. Or I don't want to get into it. It's kind of complicated. Or they look really sad and they look down. I'm like, you're a twin flame. You probably didn't know that, but welcome to the club and to the rabbit hole. So anyway, don't go just to any psychic, and don't go to any psychic that makes you feel uncomfortable or like has some kind of an attitude problem, or anybody who, if you sit down and feel uncomfortable with them at all, or if they kind of seem fear-oriented. Now, you may be fear-oriented, so you may be attracted to a psychic who's like that, unfortunately. Because we'll be like, oh, I bet he really doesn't like me, and I'm just wasting my time even thinking about him anymore. Like, you're going to get out of it anyway. There's no way that you can get out of thinking about this person, so don't even try. But you know, you might be like putting yourself down and being like, oh, he's probably never going to show up for me, and he's probably this. So you'll go to a psychic who's like, I'm just going to have him give it to me. I'm just going to have him tell me, you know, and subconsciously you've attracted that. So you'll go to somebody who's like, you know, who's like all gloom and doomy and all that kind of stuff. So just go to somebody who knows what they're talking about, and somebody who's coming from a loving space, and somebody who's unbiased, somebody who's clear-headed, somebody who understands the awesome stuff and understands the horrible stuff and knows how to handle it and knows what it's about, which is personal growth. It's always about personal growth and growing and maturing from having met each other. And it's all to raise the vibration of the planet. It's all to help the planet grow. When these power couples are able to overcome their fears and insecurities and embrace each other, it's like a force to be reckoned with. You know, they're going to be changing the world, and they already have been changing the world. Those who've come together, anyway. So that's my 2 cents on that. Just feel it out. Feel it out with your intuition, and you'll figure it out. Or go by recommendations from other people. That would also be helpful. All right, guys, have a great day. Hope this was helpful, and I'll talk to you later. Oh yeah, if you like these videos, then go to YouTube, put my name in the search, click on the pink lotus, and then click on playlists, and you'll just get all these groups of talks. These are called Talks About Life. But you know, I do collective love readings and all these other things as well, so you might want to check those out, and just dig right in and go down that rabbit hole with me. All right, have a good day.